Hey guys, my name's Mark, or MCV Gaming here, and welcome back to another Halo news video. It's been a pretty little while now since we have done one of these. 2 weeks ago, the weekend before Halo Wars 2 release. And we're back. We're back in the action, and we've just been kind of busy. That's why I haven't put up one for the last 2 weeks. But, Halo Wars 2, just been playing that game, and I'll say it's one hell of a game. I'm really enjoying it, and if you haven't got it yet, get it. It's worth the money if you like strategy games and just a good Halo game as well. And also just life stuff like baseball practice started my baseball season, so that just, have to do that. Got to become the best baseball player for my school, and just life in general. Just have to attend to real life too. But I am back with some news. We got a handful of news today, and some of it's very interesting. And the first thing we're going to talk about that I just am a little surprised about, but still not too surprised about, is news that Brian Reed has been let go of the 343 team. That's right. And if you guys do not know who Brian Reed is, that's okay. I will tell you guys, give you a little summary on who he is. So, he is Halo's narrative story director. So he's the guy who pretty much writes the Halo story. Just basically, this is what we do for the Halo story. He helped with the Halo 4 story, Spartan Ops, and he was the lead writer for Halo 5 Guardian story. And as we can see, Halo 5 story was, well, yeah, just did not live up to what the marketing said it would be. Hunt the Truth was nothing like it was. It literally turned in from, like, oh, the greatest hunt in video game in history to a little wild goose chase of Spartan Locke and Master Chief. So I know some people did not like it, but then Halo 4, however, was a more deep story, and I know some people did like it, and some people didn't. I personally liked it more. So, what does this mean, though, about Brian Reed being let go of the 343 team? And really, I could say there's a new job opening in 343, a big job opening. And that's cool. Hopefully someone that really has a good idea what the community wants for a story will come in to play and just bring us a good Halo story. Now, there's a possibility that someone who we know can come into this position that I think would actually do pretty damn well, and that is Kevin Grace. If you guys don't know who Kevin Grace is, he is the guy who wrote pretty much Halo Wars 2 whole story. And Halo Wars 2, if you haven't really watched any of my playthrough, had a pretty damn good story. Some good character development, good simple story that made sense, and you didn't really need to play the first game to understand, and it was delivered a good Halo feeling story. And I think Kevin Grace could actually just do pretty well in that position if that they'll hire him and accept that, hey, Kevin Grace could do this, let's just have him now. So that's just the news about Reed. So I'm a little upset about it because they have to let someone go, but that does bring more opportunities for the Halo community and just get Halo kind of back on track, hopefully, so it can maybe be the king of video game shooters once again. Also, guys, we have a lot of news about the head of 343 herself, Bonnie Ross. So there's a lot of Bonnie Ross news right now. I've heard just like announcing things and stuff. And first, we're going to talk about when she was at a press conference in Vegas, and she was talking about the Master Chief Collection Halo 5 and she said for the Master Chief Collection how they did realize that was not the success that they wanted it to be, like how multiplayer did not really work at all and just all the problems of the Master Chief Collection. She did not even mention about a patch or something about the Master Chief Collection. Like, come on, let's fix this game so it could be a better game. Like, once again, like, I want to play this game and get a game like the snap of a finger like that. I don't want to wait 10 minutes. Like, I've waited probably about 15 or 20 minutes to get in a game of just Slayer one time. And that's just insane. She also did talk about the mistakes in Halo 5, and especially one of split screen. So she did say how that was a big mistake that they did that, and they realized that they should have done that because the reason that they wanted Halo 5 to run at a constant 60 frames per second. And okay, it's nice to have 60 frames per second. That's like a nice little, luxury, but let's be real. We could handle 30 frames per second. We could, and they probably could have done a 60 frame per second split screen. So, and that's when she said split screen will return to all Halo future FPS titles. And that's great. That is freaking great. So once again, we will be bringing those nights so we could go on a Friday night to a friend's house, order some pizza, and sit down on the couch, have friends using a controller, and just play some Halo. Play some good old Halo. And that's amazing. Because I would say I did play a good amount of split screen, especially back in Halo 4 when that game first came out. Me and my cousin just played the shit out of that campaign. And it was fun. It was just fun because we could just laugh and one would die in just ridiculous ways. And it's fun just to bring people back together. She also said something about that will be making a return, and that is black undersuits to Halo. And this is just really good visually because the black undersuits just look better on the Spartans rather than the colored undersuits that we have seen in Halos 4 and 5. That the colored undersuits, the undersuit would be the same color as the armor, just kind of like the same shade pretty much. And the thing that it did, it still looks okay, but it just didn't, the armor didn't pop out as much because you couldn't really tell in a multiplayer match, like, oh, that's this armor, and no, that's this armor. Because in the old Halo games like Halo 3, you could tell, like, oh, that's Recon, or that's CQB. When you're playing Halo 4 or Halo 5, you really can't tell what the heck the other person is wearing, only if you get really close to them. So that is really good that they're bringing this back, and it's kind of shifting back to that old classic art style that they are bringing back the black undersuits, which I'm really glad. Also, guys, we have some more body rosters. This one was the one I was pretty excited about when I heard. And once again, she just said, Halo 6 will have a more simple story, but a stronger story than Halo 5's. So, as we could tell, Halo 5 had a very, very different story, as we could see. We had Halo 5's, like, literally, you were shifting to so many different places at once. You start at Locke, then, like, a couple missions later, then you're at Master Chief, and you're just switching back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and you're like, what in the world's going on? Put the pause button on the story real quick. I gotta process this real quick. What's going on? And it was, I don't want to say it was complicated, but just a little too much on what was going on. And the character development wasn't that well. And it was just too complex what they were trying to go for in Halo 5 story. But as we can see in Halo Wars 2, it's a more simpler story. And the one thing that I'm glad, though, that they are bringing, though, is a more stronger story to the next Halo, Halo 6. Which that's good. So this means it'll probably be very down-to-earth moments like Halo 4 had, like the moment with the Chief and Cortana at the very end, when Cortana, quote-unquote, dies, and Cortana is listening to me right now on my Xbox. Okay, so, and that means you probably have more of these moments like this in Halo 6, which I'm glad because we're thinking that Chief probably will have to kill Cortana in Halo 6, so, and they would have to make that a really, like, down-to-earth moment with them. Like, it's not like Chief's would be like, I'm gonna kill you, shoot his gun at the machine, and then Cortana's dead. No. Like, that's to be like, you know, like, Chief, like, talking to her, like, in some way that makes you think, like, wow, this is actually really sad. And that's why I'm really glad that I was bringing back, like, that deep character development back to Halo, which is very exciting to think that Halo 6 is possibly going into the right direction, that we could actually have a really good story, and this could be like the Halo 3 of 343's trilogy. Now, guys, we have some Halo 5 news from multiplayer. So this is about the motion sensors. So this is one I just kind of thought I wanted to talk about. And Halo 5 motion sensors, you guys probably heard me complain that I don't like it, and I don't think it's that effective. Well, I'm probably not going to be saying this no more. So Sketchers has saying in the recent community update on the Waypoint how there will be a new playlist that will be coming out during the March season, and that will be called the Proven Grounds playlist. So what they're going to be doing is they'll be testing a new motion sensor that's a little bit better and more updated. So what this motion sensor will test, it will be tested to it will detect a firing weapon that is not silent. It will detect sprint, ground pound, Spartan charge, stabilize, and clamber, basically all the Spartan abilities you have. And also the thruster as well. And also it will cover up to 25 meters rather than a distance of 18 meters, which it covers now, which that's not really that far, 18, if you think of it. 25 is pretty good, because you can see enemies more far away. Because, in my opinion, I feel like when you're in a room, you can only detect a Spartan in the same room as you, or he has to be on top of you. Like, I can't really tell if there's a Spartan in the other room next to me. That's just how I feel. So now, like, you might have to play a little more stealthy in Halo 5. Just kind of crouch around, make sure you're checking that motion sensor constantly. Because in Halo 5, I really feel like I'm never looking at that motion sensor. Only, like, in a game of Infection when I'm hunkering down, look at the motion sensor. But still, I kind of just open my eyes looking at what's in front of me, and hopefully no one comes. So now I'm glad they are fixing this, and I really think the motion sensor is something that has always been important to Halo, and that they need to just improve on Halo 5, which we're seeing that they are doing. Now, guys, shifting over to Halo Wars 2, there's also a big update coming to Halo Wars 2 that will help tune and fix problems in campaign, multiplayer, and blitz. And basically, we'll be fixing bugs, just little glitches and all that stuff, which is good. And Sketch himself is the community manager. Asked the community to send him concerns on things to fix or to balance. Which here's a concern I would like for them to fix. Please, please, for the love of God, fix Anders Sentinels in multiplayer. Those things melt my bases. I could literally not even do anything when these things are shooting me. Base health starts to deplete instantly, and I can't do anything. So please nerf those. I just want those things to be a little bit weaker when it comes to giving damage to my base. And one thing I'd like to see them buff is the Scorpions. Now, I like my Scorpions a lot. That's probably one of my favorite vehicles in the Halo franchise. And those things are pretty weak in Halo Wars 2. So I'd like to see my Scorpions big, tough, and intimidating when I see them on the battlefield. Because every time I use those, I feel like it's made out of paper mache. That's how weak it is. So that's my opinion of the Scorpions. But hopefully they'll fix that in Halo Wars 2. He also announced a ranked playlist that will release to Halo Wars 2 later this month. Halo Wars 2 did not come with ranked play, but no need to worry. It is coming now to Halo Wars 2. Probably, the late 20th, like the 27th or the 30th. Who knows, really. But that's good. So if you like playing competitive Halo Wars strategy, well, there you go. You got that. I might go into it a bit because I'm not the best. That's the Halo Wars 2. I mean, I'm good, but I like to play more for fun, just to play for fun. But, we might hop in a game of ranked every once in a while. And also, a Halo Wars 2 demo has released recently on the Xbox One. There's not been one released on Windows 10 yet. It will eventually release. And if you have not bought Halo Wars 2 yet, go ahead and play the demo. We'll see if you like it or not. If you don't really feel like putting down the money yet, which is understandable. It's because it's a different type of Halo game. And also, guys, the last bit of news. Covenant Slayer has been added to Halo 5 Guardians as a playlist. I mean, you can see the background gameplay right here. If you like using Covenant weapons and all that stuff, go ahead, hop in. Play some Covenant Slayer. The only thing that does not make it truly Covenant Slayer, there's no playable elites. And hopefully, we'll see playable elites in Halo 6. Because I want to get inside of Elite again and just play as him. Hear my elite die going, wart. Yeah, that's an elite right there. If you guys don't know, don't think about elites as the brutish things in Halo 4 and 5. Those are brutes. Those are the new type of brutes. So, yeah. So, anyway, guys, that is all the news I have for today. A lot of news. So, tell me guys what you think. Tell me guys down below what you think about Brian Reed being fired or laid off or whatever. Really, what they did to him. I'm not too sure what could happen. I'm really interested who might be filling that place in. I really think it could be Kevin Grace. And guys, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, smash that like button, just destroy it. Smash it. It'll really be appreciated a lot. Subscribe, guys, if you enjoyed anything you see on the channel, or just this video in general. If you dislike anything you see, also put the bell notification on so you guys know when I put up a video. And like always, I'll see you in the next one. Have yourself a fantastic day.